watching News Epicenter with me, Maria Shakil. As Delhi continues to choke under a thick blanket of smog, CNN News 18 has accessed an RTI reply which shows that the Aam Aadmi Party-led Delhi government has collected over 1,200 crore in environment cess since 2015. Yes, you heard that right. 1,200 crore in environment cess since 2015. However, only a little over 270 crore of it has been spent on improving the air quality in the national capital. Once again, the BJP has accused the Aam Aadmi Party of corruption, claiming it is pocketing the underutilized amount and using it for elections. The BJP claims this is similar to the modus operandi of the Delhi liquor scam, as well as the charges levelled by Sukesh Chandrasekhar, who is in jail presently. In fact, RTI responses have also revealed that 50% of the posts at the Delhi Pollution Control Board remain vacant. Of the 344 positions at the board, 187 posts are vacant. Remember, this is the party that campaigned on the promise to solve the pollution crisis in the national capital and tackle farm fires in neighbouring Punjab, where it is now in power as well. As the Aam Aadmi in the capital continues to choke and suffer from hazardous health conditions, now the Aam Aadmi Party calls it a North India problem, demanding solutions from the central government. While the party has taken responsibility for rising farm fires in Punjab, will it take responsibility for inaction in the national capital, where it has been in power for 8 years?
आरटीआई के में ये खुलासा किया कि हाँ, हमारे पास 1500 करोड़ रुपए इकट्ठा हुआ, केवल 300 करोड़ ही खर्च किया गया पोल्यूशन के लिए और बाकी 1200 करोड़ रुपया। अब ये सब लोग जानते हैं कि अरविंद केजरीवाल जी की कितनी बड़ी पैसे के प्रति भूख बढ़ चुकी है।
Let's get you an overview of the pollution crisis in the national capital. Look at the quality of the air the people of Delhi have been forced to breathe since the beginning of this month to today. The quality of air is only deteriorating between severe and very poor category. That's how it looks. And doctors across the capital have highlighted an uptick in patients, particularly the children and the elderly, who are complaining of respiratory issues, with more and more being hospitalized every day. Look at what the RTI reply had said. Since 2015, over 1,200 crore, to be specific, 1,286 crore has been collected by the Delhi government as part of the environment cess. Now, this amount should have been used to tackle pollution. But of this amount, that is 1,286 crore, just 270 crore has been utilized. This is a fund utilization of just over 20%, with over 1,000 crore which is unaccounted for. So where has the money gone to tackle the pollution crisis in Delhi? The bigger question is that the national capital, where the Aam Aadmi Party is in power, there is another state which the party rules in, that is Punjab, which accounts for 80% of the farm fires. So if we are giving you a holistic picture from where the crisis is, since the beginning of November, we are seeing a fluctuation of farm fires in the state. But in a majority of the states, days in fact, you see a number well above the 2,000, with a peak on the 2nd of November, that is the day, at over 3,600. So this is the picture of Delhi and Punjab, both ruled by the Aam Aadmi Party, but the Aam Aadmi, that is you and me, are looking for solutions because the air is unbreathable in the national capital region. Let me take all these questions to the panelists who are joining me. Harish Khurana, spokesperson of the Delhi BJP. Dr. Piyush Joshi is a political analyst. Hari Shankar Gupta is a spokesperson of the Congress. Vivek Chattopadhyay is is associated with the CSE. Jaidhar Gupta is founder member, My Air to Breathe. I'm going to begin with you, Dr. Piyush Joshi. The direct question that will be asked to the Delhi government is, where is the missing 1,000 crore?
Hello.
Yes, Dr. Piyush Joshi.
Hello.
If you can hear me.
Hello.
Yes. Where is the missing 1,000 crore rupees?
Right. Just seem to be having some kind of connectivity issues, but let's bring it back to the same issue. If I heard you correctly, you are asking about the missing 1,000 crore rupees. Look,
Yes.
The pollution problem has to be tackled in various manners. One is the pollution which is due to the stubble burning. Another is the vehicular pollution. Third is the dust control pollution. As you are recently aware, the Aam Aadmi Party-led Delhi government has gone for an electrical.
Okay, we'll try and fix that line. But the larger question is, before the BJP as well, you are in power at the centre, Harish Khurana. Does this merit an investigation? Will the BJP be going beyond press conferences?
See, first of all, Maria, when I'm talking to you, the AQI level is 424. So we are living in a gas chamber actually.
Yes.
And the RTI which you're talking about is my own RTI. And now the reply, which is the latest which has come in now, is 1,573 crores now. Because the reply which you got it with you, I think, is till 2nd of September, I believe. And 2021, the latest figure is 1,573 crores. But interestingly, the amount spent on that is 272 crores. Out of that, in which out of 272 crores, 265 crores have been given under for Delhi Merit RRTS as per the SC order on 6/3/19. So the major chunk, 90% of the money has gone to Delhi Merit RRTS. Nothing belongs to for the environment. When we asking the question about where have you used this money in a pollution, removing the pollution, because you collected money as the environment says.
Yes.
So you have to use this money only and only in tackling the environment problem.
Yes, this is criminal. This is criminal breach of people money as
where-
well. This is misutilization.
10 seconds.
Yes.
10
Okay.
seconds.
Okay, Harish.
10 seconds.
Yes.
6 crore have been given to traffic marshals, deployment of civil defense volunteers as civil traffic marshals at enemy lanes, SP mark. This is the one. This is the reply. So basically, what you are using it as, maybe in your whatever way you can say your own karyakartas or what, but 1,200 crores and its interest. Not only 1,200 crores I'm asking the 1,200 crores plus the interest which have been incurred, through if you have put it in the banks, this interest.
Yes, Jaidhar Gupta.
Also,
Jaidhar Gupta, help us understand. Is this not criminal misutilization of public money?
Look, I don't want to get into the politics of it. What I can tell you is that the entire air pollution strategy or campaign of the Aam Aadmi Party has been a colossal failure. Even if we give them some leeway and tell them that, in 2015, this is a problem they inherited, they didn't create, it's been 8 years. This is the 8th year. In 2020, it was very much a prominent part of their election campaign. Right after they got elected or re-elected in 2020, I remember personally meeting with the Environment Minister of Delhi. We spent an entire day in a closed room. There were other environmentalists as well, and we created, it was a think tank kind of meeting. We created an entire strategy for this city. And let me just tell you, it's been a colossal failure.
Yes.
And, as a parent, I just sit here feeling helpless year after year. This AQI is 400. It's going to be about the same or maybe even higher tomorrow morning, and the children go back to school. And this is a human rights issue at this point. This is an execution issue. It's a complete failure. And if the Aam Aadmi Party, like every year, says, hey, we failed because the centre's not with us, or the centre
I do not
refuses to
agree
meet
with that
us.
blame game anymore. They cannot pass the buck.
I don't either, because
Yes.
their election mandate should have had this disclosure at the bottom that we will not execute on this mandate if we don't get support from the center. Because if that disclosure had been there, I would not have voted for them. So I'm really mad at this point, and I think I speak for every parent in the National Capital Region and beyond, all the way to West Bengal. Our children are being, our children are going to be stunted. Our children, all the sports activities are stopped. It's a physical development, it's an emotional development, it's a mental development issue at this point. And I think there's just a lot of anger.
Absolutely, and
I
rightly
keep hearing
so.
about this control
And rightly
room
so.
and war room.
And rightly
Who's
so.
leading on this? I still don't understand.
Yes.
Absolutely. Who's leading on this? I still don't
Who
understand
is leading?
who's leading on this
Yes,
issue.
absolutely.
I
And
want
where
to
is the
see a face
solution?
who's
Where is the
leading it
solution? For
and who's
weeks,
answering my questions.
it's almost like a seasonal issue that we visit every year. This is the time period, November, and for 1 month we discuss it. Nothing seems to be moving. Aam Aadmi Party blames the centre. The centre says Aam Aadmi Party has been ineffective, and then the responsibility is never fixed. Nothing moves. Vivek Chattopadhyay, the larger question is, this is, again, let's refer to the RTI because that's important here. 21%, just 21% or 1,298 crore collected as environment compensation charge from diesel guzzling trucks entering the capital in the last 6 years, according to official data, has been used. What about the rest? Vivek Chattopadhyay.
Yeah, definitely Delhi government has to clarify why the money has not been utilized for, there are several purposes where it can be utilized. For example, public transport improvement, where we need number of buses, electric vehicles, other clean fueled vehicles, and of course, we can provide for the indoor air pollution improvement, clean fuels for poorer households. And there are several other avenues, like roads can be improved for bicyclists, for walkers. So there are, I think the purpose of the environmental compensation charge is not just to collect the amount, it's proper utilization policy. So I think when there are needs for air quality improvement, then there are several things that require money or the funding. I think that should be the priority of the government, and
that has not been
clearly.
And that has not been. They could have used it for creating that cyclist track. They could have used it for electric vehicles, improving the overall transportation. But instead, yes, Dr. Joshi, you have much to explain, because the Aam Aadmi Party decided not to participate in discussions because these are questions that they have to answer. It's about children, their growth. How do parents respond to, that the children are not allowed to step out of their homes because the air outside is unbreathable? Dr. Joshi, go ahead.
Yeah, this is, during these winter months, this problem is because of the smog, and about 30 to 37% of this smog is basically because of the stubble burning issues.
It's a convenient excuse. It's the most convenient excuse that you come up with, that it's stubble burning. And why is the stubble burning increasing, particularly in Punjab Chief Minister's home district? Aren't you accountable for that? Why haven't you provided solution to the farmers?
Maria, can I?
Yes, please. Go ahead, Harish.
Maria, you see how you have asked the question where this money is. He's answering, you're asking a physics question, he's asking a chemistry answer. He don't have an answer where the 1,200 crore rupees has gone. Our clear allegation, this money has been used somewhere else. So God knows where it is. The inquiry should happen, and we are going to move into court also to ask about where the money has gone. So the court will ask them. Point number one. Point number two, he was talking about a stubble burning. You remember last year, Arvind Kejriwal used to say, I have developed one biodecomposer capsule by the Pusa Institute, and he has spent 3,79,000 rupees on 2 years of buying that decomposer for Delhi. And you know how much they spend in advertisement? 23 crore, 27 lakhs. That's again my RTI. 23 crore 27 lakh rupees spent on the advertisement on the 3 lakh rupees biodecomposers. So when I say this Mukhyamantri is a Vigyapan by Mukhyamantri, that is absolutely right. Also, now one more point. If that biodecomposer capsule is so much effective, why have you not given to Punjab? Because the Punjab cases have gone up by 34% now, and Haryana cases have come down by 30%. So if you have so much developed and it is so successful, which Arvind Kejriwal claimed last year also, that biodecomposer was so successful, why have you not given to Punjab? And if that is not successful, where this 23 crore rupees have been spent?
Okay, let me bring in the Congress representative as well. He hasn't said a word on this show till now. Harishankar Gupta ji, what is the Congress planning to do? You have to unmute yourself.
सबको मैंने सुना है और इशू ये है कि सेस जो है ग्रीन टैक्स जो है वो अनयूटिलाइज्ड है नियरली टू द ट्यून ऑफ 1000 करोड़ रुपीस.
राइट.
अब सवाल ये है, इससे बड़ा सवाल एक और भी है. ये अकेली एक चीज नहीं है जो दिल्ली में पूरा नहीं कर पा रहे केजरीवाल. ऐसी बहुत सारी चीजें हैं जो दिल्ली में केजरीवाल पूरा नहीं कर पा. अब वो क्यों नहीं कर पा रहे हैं? ऐसा नहीं है कि वो पढ़े लिखे नहीं है, वो इस चीज को समझते नहीं. उसका कारण हमें ढूंढना पड़ेगा, उस पर भी चर्चा करना बड़ा जरूरी है. उसका कारण ये है कि उनके पास समय नहीं है और दिल्ली गवर्नमेंट को एक एड एजेंसी चला रही है. एक एड एजेंसी दिल्ली सरकार को चला रही है जिसका काम सिर्फ ये है कि उसका 4 पेज का फुल पेज का विज्ञापन किसी ना किसी इशू पर अपने आप बनाकर दे दीजिए, हमें दिखाने की भी जरूरत नहीं. वरना आप देखिए 1000 करोड़ रुपए आज दिल्ली के लोग पोल्यूशन से मर रहे हैं. पूरे दिल्ली के अंदर लोग घर से बाहर निकलना बंद हो गया है. 1000 करोड़ रुपए में तो अगर ये लोग धीरे धीरे करके लोगों के घरों में एयर प्यूरिफायर सप्लाई करते तो वो पूरा हो जाए. और 1000 करोड़ रुपए अगर ये यूटिलाइज कर लेते पोल्यूशन को ठीक करने के लिए तो मैं समझता हूं कि काफी राहत दिल्ली के 5 सालों में मिल सकती थी. लेकिन सवाल ये है कि उनका फोकस नहीं है, उनकी नीति और नीयत नहीं है इस बात के लिए कि मैं इस दिशा में कोई काम करूं. सारी चीजें आउटसोर्स किया हुआ है, सारे कॉन्ट्रैक्ट पे चल रहा है और दिल्ली गवर्नमेंट जैसे मैंने पहले कहा एक एड एजेंसी उसको चला रही है और केजरीवाल जी वो बैठकर कर रहे हैं. 1000 करोड़ रुपया कम नहीं होता है.
बहुत होता है.
बनाई गई थी. इलेक्ट्रिक बसेस कितनी खरीदी उन्होंने?
हाँ, कितने इलेक्ट्रिक बसेस खरीदे गए? डॉक्टर जोशी, कितने इलेक्ट्रिक बसेस खरीदे गए?
वी ऑल नो वेरी वेल कि इलेक्ट्रिक बसेस का क्या हुआ है और वो फाइल कहाँ अटकी है. इवन बिफोर द प्रोक्योरमेंट फॉर दम.
नहीं, आप स्पेसिफिक जवाब दें. इनएक्शन है.
देखिए,
सरकार का इनएक्शन साफ आ गया है सामने.
Look, I initially had a very poor internet connection because of I could not speak. Now I have, as you said, I have much to answer for. Though I am not official spokesperson of Aam Aadmi Party.
But you are a sympathizer of the Aam Aadmi Party. Please explain.
Absolutely, I am a sympathizer of the Aam Aadmi Party and its policies, and that is why I am appearing on this debate as well. So, in the same city, we have seen the AQI in excess of thousands in the last few years' time. Right now, we are seeing an AQI of 400, 500.
No. There was never AQI in the tune of thousands. Jay Gupta, Jayadar Gupta and Vivek Chattopadhyay, both of them are here. Don't be inaccurate. Don't be inaccurate.
I am not. How can you say I am inaccurate? You can check the post Diwali fact.
Go ahead,
you can check
make
the
the specific point.
and you can
Where is the missing 1000 crore? 1000 crore कहाँ गया?
देखिए, मेरा सीधा सा कहना है, आप 1000 करोड़ की बात कर रहे हो. 1000 करोड़ आपको किसी इलेक्ट्रिक बस को खरीदने के लिए भी लगता है तो एलजी पहले से ही ट्वीट कर देते हैं ये बोल के कि भैया इसमें अलेजेड घोटाला है. अरे एक बस भी नहीं खरीदी उससे पहले तो घोटाला हो गया. नाउ यू आर आस्किंग मी वेयर इज द 1000 करोड़. हाफ ऑफ द पॉलिसीज आर ऑब्स्ट्रक्टेड एट द लेवल ऑफ एलजी because he somehow imagines that there is some kind of scam involved in all of this. Now about the near. Arvind Kejriwal has gone on national television and assumed the responsibility about the reduction in the parali burning. Somewhat may, whether or not centre supports the Punjab government or not, parali burning incidences have to come down and it will be down by next year. Now we keep on asking the questions. See, why Kejriwal ji has mentioned 4, 5 different solutions, 6, 7 different solutions. Why has not any BJP leader mentioned about these solutions? Why has not the Union Environment Minister mentioned about these solutions? A person who puts some thoughts into a process only will be able to provide you solutions.
Okay, Harish Khurana, respond to this. Harish Khurana, respond to this quickly.
Just give me 10 seconds. Just give me 10 seconds and I'll find out.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's what I'm telling you. You employ 5 different strategies. 2 work, 3 work, 2 don't. But when you don't employ any strategy,
you could have used that 1000 crore rupees for multiple purposes, for sprinklers.
देखिए, I don't have
वही
a white
पैसा
paper in
सही
front of
से
me
यूज
right
हो
now.
सकता
The
था, आम
finance
आदमी
minister,
पार्टी यूज कर सकती थी, लेकिन वो
the finance
यूटिलाइज नहीं
ministry
हुआ.
will- the finance-
Smoke
the finance
towers,
ministry
water
will-
sprinklers, although these are band-aid to a bigger problem, but that could have been done. There could have been proper infrastructure-driven policies
yes,
to tackle
yes, and one
pollution.
more
That
thing,
has not happened.
Maria, one more thing. Who is monitoring? Who's monitoring the GRAP rules? Who has instituted the CAQM? That is the Supreme Court. And who the CAQM reports to? The CAQM reports to the Union Environment Ministry. So it is a collective issue. It is a Supreme Court monitor provision, and everything is done under the Supreme
when the
Court.
accountability is sought, Harish,
can I-
then it becomes a collective issue. Harish, quickly, and then I'll give the final words to Jaideep Gupta. Please go ahead.
He's asking about collective effort, but where our chief minister is, he's on political tourism. When the Delhi people require him the most, we are coughing, you are coughing. I mean, people are coughing and living in the gas chamber. My CM is roaming around every state, but he to have a time for other things, but not for Delhi. What the collective effort?
I'll be talking political or technical.
मैं बीच में नहीं बोलता
Maria,
किसी
give me 10
के.
seconds.
What is this, yaar? What is this? And where is the Punjab chief minister?
Maria, give
And
me
where is
10
the
seconds.
हाँ. हरीश शंकर गुप्ता,
And
10 seconds आपके लिए.
देखिए, बड़ा दुख का विषय है.
हाँ.
और जोशी जी बिल्कुल एकदम से, मैं तो इसको बोलूंगा कि ये करप्ट इश्यूज जो हैं, इस ढंग से बात कर रहे हैं कि अब बार बार उस बात को घुमा रहे हैं, इधर ले जा रहे हैं, उधर ले जा रहे हैं. 1000 करोड़ रुपए आपने यूटिलाइज किया कि नहीं किया, पहले तो आप हाँ या ना में जवाब दीजिए. आप क्यों नहीं कर पाए, इसके बारे में बताइए. आप इधर उधर की बात मत कीजिए, इधर उधर की बात मत कीजिए, सीधा सीधा बताइए 1000 करोड़ रुपए कहाँ है. वो
हरिशंकर जी वो तो कह रहे हैं मुझे पता ही नहीं.
मिसयूज किया, विज्ञापन में खर्च कर दिया.
हरिशंकर जी वो तो कह रहे हैं मुझे पता ही नहीं है. वो तो कह रहे हैं मुझे पता ही नहीं. वो तो कह रहे हैं मुझे पता ही नहीं.
फाइनेंस मिनिस्ट्री में चले जाइए और पूछ लीजिए कि 1000 करोड़ रुपए का क्या किया.
किस बात के लिए हैं आप
अरे भाई सिंपथाइजर हूँ साहब, मैं कोई स्पोक्स पर्सन थोड़ी हूँ, और मैं तो दिल्ली सरकार का स्पोक्स पर्सन थोड़ी हूँ.
चलिए जयदेव गुप्ता, there is political inaction, also lack of political will, which is evident, and worse, what we are seeing is underutilization or misuse of funds. The Aam Aadmi Party clearly has much to explain now.
Absolutely. I mean, if you just draw parity to Beijing, 3 years from 2012, they reversed air pollution by 60%. Maria, are you telling me that a man of science, Mr. Kejriwal from IIT, 8th year, not even 1%, this is a colossal failure. And, frankly, my colleague from the Aam Aadmi Party, fellow panelists, every year I'm sick of hearing that, oh, we'll fix it next year. I don't want to hear this anymore. And, I'm sick of it. Really, I mean, you think we are fools that we're going to wait year after year while we all suffer? I mean, if my entire household is steaming and doing Jal Neti and on nebulizers, since for the past 15-20 days, this is just absolutely pathetic. I mean, you expect us to just wait for you forever till we die? I mean, this whole city has turned into Gotham City. And I'm sorry, we don't have patience for your false promises anymore. This is my 8th year on a panel like this, and you know what? I'm done. You've gutted this city, and this political stalemate between you and the center, it's an economic loss, it's a health loss. In every way, my city is losing out year after year, and nobody cares to fix it. You're just politicking for the next state and the next state and the next state, where you will just run with similar problems and
Mr. Gupta, we are going to fix it.
Absolute lack
I know, I empathize with you.
Execution. I'm sorry.
I totally empathize with you. We are going to fix it. We own up the responsibility for the stubble burning. We are going to fix it, come what may. Trust us on this. I know you are a lot to bear.
But I share your anguish, Jaydeep Gupta. You're speaking for perhaps each and every citizen of Delhi today. Thank you so much, Harish Khurana, Dr. Piyush Joshi, Harishankar Gupta, Vivek Chattopadhyay, and Jai Shankar Gupta. We are shifting focus to debate 2 on News Epicenter. The Congress continues to find itself in a political storm sparked by its own leader from Karnataka, Satish Jarkioli. After creating controversy for claiming that the word Hindu is a vulgar Persian word, the Congress leader has defended his statement. He says he is ready to resign as an MLA if someone proves to him that what he said is wrong, citing multiple pieces of historical literature from Vedic philosophers and freedom fighters to make his point. But the BJP claims this is yet another insult to Hindus from the Congress camp, accusing the party of insulting India's ancient culture, once again demanding an apology from the Gandhis. The Congress has distanced itself from Jarkioli's remark, claiming it will take a disciplinary action. But the BJP says this is the test for Congress chief Mallikarjun Kharge to show if he really runs the party, demanding Jarkioli's ouster. This is indicative of a larger problem with the Congress, where it finds itself on the back foot when it comes to the politically potent Hindutva card, failing to compete with the BJP. And ahead of the election season, should the Congress get ahead of this controversy and sack this MLA to silence its critics?
हिंदू शब्द कहाँ से आ गया? ये हमारा है, पर्शियन का है.
That's Karnataka Congress MLA Satish Jarkioli sparking a storm with his take on the origin of the word Hindu. But the provocation didn't end there.
फिर उसका मीनिंग आपको समझ में आ गया तो आपके अब शर्म आ जाएंगे. हिंदू का जो मीनिंग है वो बहुत गंदी है.
The following day, Jarkioli remained defiant.
ಆರ್ಯ ಸಮಾಜದ ಸಂಸ್ಥಾಪಕರಾದ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ದಯಾನಂದ ಸರಸ್ವತಿ ಅವರು ರಚಿಸಿದ ಸತ್ಯಾರ್ಥ ಪ್ರಕಾಶ ಪುಸ್ತಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಉಲ್ಲೇಖ ಇದೆ. ಇದನ್ನು ತಾವು ನೋಡಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕರ್ತವ್ಯ ಕೂಡ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ GS ಪಾಟೀಲ್ ಅವರ ಬರೆದಂಥ ಬಸವ ಭಾರತ ಪುಸ್ತಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ಉಲ್ಲೇಖ ಇದೆ.
Under fire, Congress condemned the remarks.
ಸ್ಪಷ್ಟೀಕರಣ ಖಂಡಿತ ಬಯಸ್ತೀವಿ. We will not entertain all this stuff, personal opinions. ಎಲ್ಲ ಮನೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೂ ಮಾತಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ.
But the BJP questioned Rahul Gandhi's silence.
ಸಣ್ಣ ವಿಚಾರಕ್ಕೆ ಕೂಗುವ ರಾಹುಲ್ ಗಾಂಧಿ ಅವರು, ಸಿದ್ದರಾಮಯ್ಯ ಅವರು ಯಾಕೆ ಮೌನ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ? ಅವರ ಮೌನ ಸತೀಶ್ ಜಾರಕಿಹೊಳಿ ಅವರ ಸಮ್ಮತಿನ?
Despite the outrage, Jarkioli stuck to his guns.
ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರೂವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿ, ಯಾರು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಪ್ರೂವ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಓಕೆ, ಪ್ರೂವ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸತೀಶ್ ಜಾರಕಿಹೊಳಿ ಅವರು ಕ್ಷಮೆ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಕ್ಷಮೆ ಅಲ್ಲ, MLA ಸ್ಥಾನ ಕೂಡ ರಾಜೀನಾಮೆ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಪ್ರೂವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅವರು.
Satish Jarkioli, the sugar baron from Belagavi district in North Karnataka, is from a political family, but he is known to be politically incorrect. He resigned from the Siddaramaiah government in 2015, taking a stand against the government's failure to move the anti-superstition bill. In the past, he's also declared that he and Bill Gates became billionaires without worshipping goddess Lakshmi. But with elections around the corner in Karnataka, has Satish Jarkioli become a liability for the Congress?
And how long can the Congress continue to defend him? Let me bring in all the panelists and go straight to Lokesh. Isn't it prudent for the Congress, I would say, to sack Jarkioli?
Yes, good evening. First of all, the remark that he made was personal. The party has made it very, very clear that the statement is unfortunate. And secondly,
Lokesh,
why is it...
If you are making a statement at a public rally, on a public platform, you are there because you are a Congress representative, then how is it in the scope of a personal statement?
The statement that was made, that is his, he claims that he has read about it and he claims that he has an academic basis to it. The party does not support such forms of statement. The party remains committed to Sarvdharma Sambhava. The party remains committed to equal dignity to all religions and the very basis of holding every religion equally holy and with equal respect. But why is it that only Congress is being targeted? I mean, why are news channels completely mute when we talk about Bansidhar Bhagat, who mocked goddess Saraswati, who mocked goddess Lakshmi? We had Mukal Nawab, the BJP legislator, who called Hanuman a Musalman. And what about Dilip Ghosh? He questioned the ancestry of goddess Durga. So when you are talking about BJP,
Yes.
It refused to even condemn the statements which was made by their own legislators and leaders.
Vijay Prasad, before I go into that, the statements that have been made by BJP leaders in the past, I want to understand from you. Jarkioli says he can back his statement with facts and he will quit if proven wrong. Will the BJP take up that challenge?
No, see, thanks, Maria. Before I go into that details, I need at least a couple of seconds to make my statement here. See, Congress and its gang is very well known for whipping hate against Hindus. Any given opportunity, they bash Hindus and Hindus' beliefs and customs. Hindu bashing has become their famous pastime. Okay, Congress bashing Hindus and their belief is in their viscera, and Congress is pathological liar and say they disown such words against Hindus but stand firm with the perpetrators, in this case, Satish Jarkiwali. Congress doing temple run during elections is just a drama to show that they are with Hindus. But Congress is divided.
Vijay Prasad, all this is fine. All this is fine. Whatever you are saying, you have been saying it on all the issues. My question is specific.
No,
he has thrown a challenge. Will the BJP take up the challenge?
No, what kind of challenge is this? See, when he is bashing up, when he is making some kind of international statement, what is there to accept the challenge here?
Okay, Lokesh.
What is it, sir?
Yes.
No, see,
I want to know what action did BJP take when Bansi
we have been observing this. Congress is coming. Congress is coming with.
But the Congress certainly, Lokesh Jindal, finds itself on the back foot. Will you not accept that the Congress finds itself on the back foot when it comes to Hindutva? Is this not a perennial problem where you're not able to ensure that your party thinks in the right direction when it comes to Hindus and Hindutva? Why is there that confusion within the party?
See, Maria, Hindutva is not in obscurantism and fundamentalism. It is not in hatred of Islam or other religions. Hindutva is based upon the ideology of Aham Brahmasmi, Sarva Dharma Sambhava. It is a legacy that this great civilization has given to the world. If we talk about Advaitavad, when we talk about these forms of messages, but nowhere you talk about them. Sir, please do not interject. Sir, please do not interject. Let me complete. When you are talking about giving mockery of the gods and goddesses, look at BJP's track record. Look at Dilip Ghosh. Look at Bansidhar Bhagat. Look at Bukkal Nawab. Look at Yogi Adityanath. Yogi Adityanath, he tried to associate Lord Hanuman with the caste. Now what about that, sir? Why don't you condemn that? Just because he is belonging to the ruling party?
Maria.
I am also Hindu.
Okay. Vijay Prasad, respond. One moment. Lokesh, you have asked some questions. Vijay Prasad, respond.
No, this shows how Congress is disconnected with the happenings in the society, engage themselves in appeasing a particular community. Okay, be it Satish Jarkiwali or Siddaramaiah, who is a known.
Sir, which community are they appeasing?
And now ex-minister, Lalita Nayak, and these people have taken cue from Siddaramaiah. And even today, at this hour, even Siddaramaiah has not come out.
Okay, there are two other panelists as well, Mr. Gowda and Ramaswamy Mayappan. But Mr. Gowda, do you demand action should be taken against Jarkiwali? They are your former allies. The Congress party is the former ally.
No. In what context he made the statement? We wonder at this point of time.
Whatever the context. Whatever the context, are you demanding action?
I don't demand any action, but you shouldn't have make that statement. Hinduism is not a it is a way of life. It is everybody. Some good people will say, known people will say, it is not a religion. It is a way of life. It allows all the religions, and it allows everybody to live in peace and harmony. That is a way of life also. So now in English there is a lot of meanings for a word. By quoting that, you shouldn't have made that statement and made it an issue.
No, but now, because it's becoming embarrassing for the Congress party, mere distancing itself, is that enough?
There is no question of balancing. I never asked him to make the statement. Okay, we are the last people. We are thinking about how we should come to the power, and we have done the good things to the state of Karnataka, and we are not worried about what Jarkiwali will say, what Siddaramaiah say, what DK
Okay, so you're really not bothered about what is happening on the Congress front. Lokesh?
See, the point is very clear. When you are talking about BJP, it is simply embarking upon some issues so as to politicize the matter and simply brush aside the real issues that are confronting the country right now.
Okay. I will come to that. Let me get opening comments also from Ramaswamy Mayappan. Ramaswamy Mayappan, is this just netas blowing hot and cold on sensitive issues ahead of elections?
See, absolutely. I think not just hot and cold, it's also political opportunism. He had the entire 4.5 year period. He did not talk about these things. It's not that Mr. Jarkioli did not know what the definition was and what the term Hindu meant and how various forms of Hindu, India, Bharat has been used by various travelers around the world and various invaders over different points in time. But for him to take a particular word, its coinage, its usage, and its meaning at this point in time only has this electoral mindset in place. If this wasn't the issue, then he would have made this in the past. That is one. Two is, there is a specific intent at this point in time. I think there are two actions that I would demand just as a common man, leaving aside any political inclination, leaving aside my legal background, all that. Two things. One, when someone does not make these statements in entire membership, in entire political history of 30 years or whatever, all of a sudden after he lost his 2021 elections, the Congress will have to take strict action. That is one. That does not stop at distancing themselves from this position, but at least the minimum inquiry as to what happened. Subsequent to that, potential suspension and all that aside. Two, legally at a minimum, let a police case be registered, 153A, 295, and let him be questioned. If politicians are not put to test of all these things, politicians consistently will start making these statements come election time. What happened to the same person 4 years, the last 30 years in his career? Now he's lost his election in by-election in 2021. Now he wants to make a statement and get away with it. If a common man made the statement, would we get away with it? No, that is not the case. Does that person have different treatment? Article 14 does not call for that. All of us will have to be treated equally. To me, it appears that the Congress is treating him differently because he's a winnable electoral politician, and I don't think the police should treat him differently either. Either the electorate should treat him or give him an appropriate lesson, but I think before that, the Congress and the police will have to start acting.
Lokesh?
See, first of all, it's very important to allow him to make his stand clear. In which context did he say it and what he meant with it? And secondly, the Karnataka administration, it is free to file an FIR. In fact, that's the right thing to do. It should file an FIR. It should have the entire matter discussed, entire matter brought to the light of the people at large. Let the people be educated what the truth is. And it would be good for the entire society altogether. What he said was Hindu was of a Persian origin, which is quite right. If you talk about the Persian syllable, ab say char panch shish haft. Now in Sanskrit, 7 is sapta. Sir, please do not interject. Please listen to me. Please listen to me. Please do not interject. In Sanskrit, 7 is sapta. Whereas in Persian, it is hafta, because sa was pronounced as her. Similarly, the Sindhu Nadi was pronounced as Hindu. Sapta Sindha was called Hapta Hindava. So when you are talking about, sir, have you read Rigved? Have you read Rigved? Have you read Rigved? I have read Rigved. I am telling you from the Rigved itself. So when you are talking about Saraswati, it was called as Saraswati.
Lokesh, when we began this discussion, you were of the opinion that he should explain, and you were distancing yourself. And the party said that there is a person that's said in the personal capacity. Now you're defending it. Do you realize that you're defending it?
What I'm saying is, he made the statement in the personal capacity, in his personal belief. But the party has nothing to do with it.
No, but you're defending it.
I'm saying the thing.
Now you just defended it.
When I'm saying that Hindu is of a foreign origin, that has a certain academic basis to it. But that has nothing to do with the stand that the party takes. Please understand, has the party anywhere in its constitution or anywhere officially stated that Hindu as a term is
okay, Ramaswamy Mayappan?
No, it's an academic basis. No.
See, very simple. From the stand that the spokesperson is taking, it's evident that the Congress is a party sans ideology. An individual makes, they first want to distance, today they want to back him up. See, there have been words that have been used like Chendu, Intu, all have positive meanings. Here these meanings will have to be taken in context is what he says. Now, if the meaning or the word will have to be taken in context, why does that politician, Mr. Jarkioli, does not come up with all the different forms of the word, when those words were used, for what purpose those words were used, and how those references meant a larger Bharat? But today he wants to use only a derogatory inference and not talk about the positive inferences, and not about inferences made by all travelers. Usage is made by all other invaders. Today he chooses one particular word for a particular reason. His intention is merely oaths. Oaths and oaths is what the Congress and that particular leader is concerned about, and not about ideology, not about the people, not about the nation.
I would come
Maria,
to that, sir.
I want to come in here, Maria. See, what's happening here is, see, I want to ask through your channel to the Congress, is Congress becoming Hindu bashing champion? So much so is happening today. Not a single word of condemnation from Sonia Gandhi to Rahul Gandhi. Okay, and even to the new president Sri Mallikarjun Kharge. Okay, see, this is not just the Congress doing the Hindu bashing. Even if you see the AAP MLA Rajendra Pal Gautam, he goes on to say Hindus should be made minority or will be made minority at the rate Hindus are spreading terror in this country. And Kejriwal and goes on to say Jai
Sir, what about BJP?
Jai Sri Ram, Jai
What
Mata.
about
And what a
BJP?
hypocrisy is this?
Sir, what about
a hypocrisy?
BJP? Why are you giving an immunity to BJP? What about Dilip Ghosh? When Dilip Ghosh questioned the ancestry of Goddess Durga, why are you quiet on that? Why are you quiet on BJP? Why are you quiet when Bansidhar Bhagat he makes fun of Goddess Saraswati, Goddess Lakshmi? Why are you quiet when Yogi Adityanath he made fun of Hanumanji?
As their pastime.
No, tell me, sir, why are you quiet when BJP makes fun of Hindu gods?
See, wherever Congress is going,
What is the
are
nexus
getting
between you and BJP?
and you don't
Why
have
are you
anything to
so
prove.
selective
So
when
that's the
BJP
reason
says
why
all
you
these things?
end up
Because you have an
crashing
agenda underneath it.
and abusing
You have political aims for it. You have nothing to do with Hindu religion. You have everything to do with your political aims and objectives, and you think that the religion is a means to get your political ends. Why are you quiet when BJP does all this forms of gimmicks and mockery?
Okay,
Jindal.
No,
Okay. I want to understand from you. Since you are leveling that charge against the BJP, what has the Congress done?
See, when you're talking about the entire essence of religion, it is in educating the masses. The true essence of religion it is. It is Congress which came out with Deccan Education Society's Sanskrit Dictionary. It's the greatest dictionary in Asia. It was started in 1950s. It is the greatest lexicography in Sanskrit. It was Congress which came up with establishment of Kalidas University so as to educate the masses with Vedas. All forms of Upanishadic studies institutions were established. So we cannot have all these forms of ancient civilizational heritage that we have being associated with one particular ideology.
Okay, I have just enough time for the final words to Ramaswamy Mayappan. Ramaswamy Mayappan, we are seeing very polarizing issues emerge from Karnataka, which goes to polls later this year. In fact, next year, early next year. The larger question is that in this, where are the people issues getting lost?
See, I think three things. One, first, for any political party to claim that they are a party of ideology and party of people, they should show action. It can't be merely in distancing. Two, it's for the people. They have shown their statement in 2021 by defeating Mr. Jarkioli. I think that lesson is going to be coming soon. For someone who's had 30 years of experience, I don't think you should be thinking only about electoral politics, but should also start thinking about the people and progress in the particular region. And three, most importantly, I think at the very start of this entire debate, I think there was a blame against media. Media has been fairly reporting every single issue and they've been taking it up. I think fourth pillar of democracy is as strong. I don't think politicians should be coming into media houses, but instead going after their own respective houses and cleaning that up.
Yes, what is needed right now is action, because if Jarkioli continues to embarrass the Congress, how really does it help the party in the medium to long term, particularly with elections not very far? Thank you so much for joining me, Lokesh Jindal, Vijay Prasad, T.R. Prasad Gowda and Ramaswamy Mayappan. We are slipping into a short break. Coming up, we decode the pulse of the voters of poll-bound Himachal Pradesh, with a special focus on the all-important apple cultivators of the hill state. That report after a very short break. Stay with us.